Tottenham fans, apologies in advance. I have got swine flu. It's been confirmed. I went to feed some pigs last week, and apparently you can get swine flu just from doing that. So that's why I look rough as hell. Apologies for the sniffing and coughing that may happen during this video, but as they say, the show must go on. In today's video, I want to talk about Solanke. He's back in training now, and why that's such a good thing for Spurs. Will Xavi finally get to play in the 10? What is our best 11 when everybody's fit? And Frank is getting so much unfair criticism already this early into his tenure, and I'll explain in this video why I think that's unfair and why we need to be just slightly a little bit more patient, even though we are Spurs fans. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. I'm so close to 3,000 subscribers now. Thank you to everybody that contributes to this channel. It's really much appreciated. Hit that like if you're happy that Solanke is back. So let's start with Solanke actually. Solanke for me brings something different than what Richarlison brings. I don't think Solanke's going to be fit enough this weekend. He's only just got back training, and I think he's training on his own at the moment. So it might be a couple of weeks until he's actually back, and then he'll have to get match sharp. But for me, Richarlison had that good game against Burnley. I think he had a half decent game against PSG as well. But he's just gone back to type again. He's reverted back to type, and not just for Spurs. He was awful for Brazil as well. And he's just doing the Richarlison thing where he gets the ball, he gets shoved off the ball way too easy, and he's always on the deck. His touch has been very, very poor. He's not linking up well, very well at all with the team. Every time the ball's going up to him, it keeps coming back to us. And I think eventually Thomas Frank is going to figure out that he's not the guy, because as much as he can be a threat from set pieces and corners and throw-ons, etc., he hasn't scored from them once yet. So he does need to improve. He does need to get the service, I suppose, in his defence. He needs to get the service more. He needs to get the balls on his head, and he will attack them, and he will go for goal, and he will cause problems. But it's just the build-up play. He doesn't bring nothing to our build-up play, and if you're not bringing anything to the build-up play, it really affects your attacking momentum. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Mawani as well. I think if Mawani and Solanke can start playing, I think Richarlison may be relegated to third choice striker. Mawani is a strong, powerful forward. He's fast, he's skillful, he's good in the air as well. So I think it's only a matter of time before Richarlison will be, going down the pecking order. So I'm happy that Solanke's back. Solanke brings us something different. Solanke can turn on the ball. Solanke can link up well with the players. His work rate is insane. He's not bad in the air himself. So hopefully Solanke gets back fit and we have Solanke, Mawani and Richarlison as options. Maybe Richarlison will be better coming off the bench maybe. They've already done it with Brennan Johnson. We were all talking about his impact in the progression play of our attacking play. He's just doesn't help with the progression of our attack. He's great at getting on the end of things, and he's great with the through balls and that, but if he's not getting any of that, he's not making any impact for other players. And I think Frank is already starting to see that, and I think he may start seeing that in Richarlison too. Will Xavi start playing in the 10? Well, I hope so, but the only problem we have with that, who's going to play on the left? We've got Odegaard, Tell, Johnson, even Richarlison could play on that left, maybe Mawani, but we haven't got that, that go-to like we had with Sonny. Sonny was nailed on for the left-hand side, and we knew it was going to be him. If he's injured, then we struggled. But we haven't even got that nailed-on left-hand side player. Xavi may be the guy that plays out there until we sign someone, maybe. But we need Xavi in the middle. So I think we should just give chances to Tell and Odegaard and give them a run of games just to see what they can do. If they play 4, 5, 6 games and they're awful for every single game and they don't show anything, then think of another plan. But you've got to have some sort of plan for somebody on that left-hand side. You can't have all these left wingers and not use them, especially when you've got a brilliant number 10 that can play in the 10. That's my opinion anyway. So what's our best 11 when everybody's fit? And I know that's a rarity. We don't normally have everybody fit, but in my opinion, it's Vicario, Porro right back, Spence left back, but your doggy he's not far off being number one either. So Spence and Udogie for me are like 50-50, but Spence is a much better defender. Udogie's better at progression going forward. So it's good to switch them up. Romero and Van der Ven are no-brainers at centre-backs. Paulinho, he has to be in that six. He just breaks everything up. He allows the forward midfielders to do what they got to do, and he just sits in front of the back four and he protects them. He does a brilliant job at it. It's a massive decision for me between Bergvall and Sarr. Both are great players in their own way. Sarr is great at breaking up play, great at getting on the end of things. He's starting to score and assist now, but I just think Bergvall has got much better progression play. He's got the same engine as Sarr. He wins tackles. He does everything Sarr can do, but he's got that extra bit of skill on the ball, and he's got that extra bit of technicality that Sarr hasn't got, and he's got that ball playing ability that Sarr hasn't got at the moment. But both players, like either or, if they were in that team, I wouldn't mind. Then obviously Xavi in the 10. And on the left-hand side, if Kulu was fit, I'll try Kulu out on the left to see what Kulu could do. And I'd put Kudos on the right, and I'd put Solanke up front. Unless Mawani starts kicking on and starts playing really well, then it may be a Mawani situation. But that is a solid 11. And not only that, we've got probably 3, 4, 5 good subs as well, like really good subs, that the level doesn't drop that too much. So I think we're only a couple of players away from having a really, really strong squad. Now on to Frank. This criticism about Frank, can you believe it already? This early into the season. I've heard things on Twitter. Boring football. Can't progress an attack. Too much emphasis on set pieces. Playing players out of position. We've won 4 out of 5 games. We've got 4 clean sheets. And we've only conceded 1 goal. What more do you want at the moment? Honestly, it's a good start to the season, even though it's not perfect. And we know we can be better. But that's the thing. We're not at our best and we're still winning games. Literally the opposite was spoken about last season. We were too open, no emphasis on defence and no set piece training. He's doing the absolute opposite to last season, and now there's still complaints. I don't think there's any manager anywhere in the world that could come into Spurs and do anything without somebody criticising him. It's not everyone, but there's some. We have a solid foundation to build on. It's not like we haven't got good players in attack. We have. We just need to get them to gel. We are third in the Premier League. It's not been all smooth sailing, but if Frank gets it right with the progression of our forward play, find the right positions for certain players, and improve the players that are on the fringes, then things will go from pretty damn good to excellent, in my opinion. Please don't underestimate the job he did at Brentford. With little to no budget completely. Small wages to revenue in the league almost, and got unknown players to play some fantastic football in the Premier League, especially the forward players. So we need to lay off Thomas Frank. I think it's way too early to start putting in the criticisms. You can put in your observations, that's great. You could say, I think Frank should do this, I think Frank should do that. But honestly, do you think Frank knows what he's doing? Because if you're saying Frank's not doing it right, or Frank's not playing the right players, or Frank's not progressing the ball well enough, then that tells me that you think you know more than him. And I honestly believe that he knows what he's doing, and I think he can see the problems, but he's so early into his tenure. Honestly, you can't complain after 5 games of the season, 6 if you count PSG game, and we've won nearly all of them and hardly letting in any goals whatsoever. Remember, we had a clean sheet against PSG up until the 80th minute. So it's not like we're not hard to beat. We're a hard to beat side. We're not wide open anymore. We have some solid defenders, some solid midfielders now. Progressive midfielders. We've got some good attacking players. It just needs to gel, and I think when Frank gets his philosophy across, remember we had the international break, so all the players had to go away for a couple of weeks. He still needs time to bed these guys in and show everybody his philosophy. And every game after the game, he shows videos of what they did wrong and what they did right and how they can improve. And he's relentless on improvement. Even if we won 5-0, he would go into the room and he'd say, right, 5-0 is great, but if you tweaked it here, we may have got an extra goal there. If you tweaked it here, we wouldn't have gave away that chance. He's that kind of manager. So he needs a bit more respect and a lot more patience. There's no point starting criticising managers straight away. There really isn't. You know, what do you want? Do you want another manager to be sacked after 18 months and then start again? Because it's not sustainable. And we need a guy to come in and be here for a few years, build up this squad in the way he wants it, and then try and win things again. Because we've got a very, very good chance of hitting the top 5 this season, top 4, or even go for a trophy. I believe Frank can do this. We just need to be a lot more patient, and this criticism is very much unfair. Let me know in the comments what you thought of today's video. What do you think is our best 11 when everyone's fit? And do you think the criticism of Frank is unfair? Thank you for watching, and come on you Spurs.